Hey, it's your boy Sid. It's your boy Dis. We in here together. Thoughts from your boy. Check us out.
Peace.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. And it's this wicked Monday. How y'all doing?
What up, y'all? What up? What up?
I'm your host, Dysfunctional's World.
I'm your boy Sid, aka Mr. Let's Talk.
Hey, so let's talk.
Let's talk about
So
it.
today we talked about breakups because she's spoiled, rotten, and what was it? Spoiled, rotten, and
Spoiled, rotten, and selfish.
selfish.
That's a bad combination, y'all.
It is. So
Spoiled, rotten, and selfish.
this was follower suggested. So let's get into it.
Let's do it.
Now, you really can't speak on breakups, I guess, unless you flash back to when you were dating.
Right. And that's been a while, but I'll try. I'm putting my best input in, y'all.
Okay. So I've been through some breakups, and to break up with a person because they selfish and spoiled, that means that they're pretty much a narcissist, and whatever it is that they're feeling, only thing that matters to them and not you.
Right.
At the end of the day.
Right.
So it's gonna hurt because y'all broke up, but it's not gonna be the end of the world.
It won't
I
be.
understand
We get over it.
And I understand that, if you have kids, it might make you linger around or hold on a little longer. But if a person's really narcissistic and they're not in your best interest in any possible way, y'all roles will stay uncrossed. What you got?
I think if somebody is what was it, selfish
And spoiled?
and spoiled. Let's take spoiled. Right?
Okay.
Most women are spoiled to a certain extent.
Why?
Just how it is, I guess. It's just
The
the
nature of the world?
the nature of the male, female, you know what I'm saying, thing.
Okay.
But when you spoil to the point of somebody no longer wanting to be with you, that's when it becomes a problem.
That
That's
is when it
when,
becomes a
you know what I'm
problem.
saying, like, that's too much. Especially as a grown person. You shouldn't feel so entitled, because that's what it starts coming across as, entitlement. You see what I'm saying? You go from being spoiled to entitled. You feel deserving. And as we covered before, ain't nobody deserving of nothing. You earn your keep.
You do.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the first one right there, because especially, see, and it's a fine line because us as men, we start off doing it, spoiling women, you know what I'm saying, and all that.
It does
But
happen
after
at
a
an
while,
early age for us.
right, you have to understand that, you know what I'm saying, you as the giver and then the person as the givee has to understand that, you know what I'm saying, it's a fine line. You don't want to get used to that type of thing, I guess.
I think it all boils down to, what we've been taught. We've been taught to cherish and protect women to the point that they do feel entitled. And not saying that they shouldn't, but at the same point, to feel like you deserve something, you should feel like you had to work for it to get there.
Right.
Like every dude
Right.
shouldn't be Mr. Moneybag just because. And yeah, my brother and have said several times, the strip club is in the streets. But even them get to touch you sometimes. There's no stripper that gets paid all the time and nobody touches her ever. It just doesn't happen.
Nope.
Now, it might be, she might be the one that you touch after you pay. She might be the one you touch while you tipping to pay. She might be the one you touch after she's been gotten home from her evening and saying it's a good night, you know what I'm saying, you was a nice date. Let's try this again sometime. That might be when you get to touch. But there's no stripper that gets touched. If it doesn't get touched, take your money. So, if you want to have that strip club mentality, just understand, at some point you're going to have to stop playing and let him play.
Good point. It's a good point. And it was spoiled, and what was the other one? Selfish. Now, let's talk about being selfish. That's not a good trait for nobody, male or female.
No.
Nobody. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you're in a relationship. You can't be selfish in a relationship. The two don't go together. Two words they can't coexist.
It's like independent.
You know what I'm saying? That's oil and water. Like, you know what I'm saying? How
It
you
just don't mix.
Right, how you in a relationship but you selfish. What?
Yeah.
It comes to a point to where somebody gonna get fed up.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Because you selfish. It's like only the other person is putting in on this relationship. After a while, that person gonna say, you know what? I'm not putting in no more.
I'm not.
When they say that, then they gonna start thinking, well, why we in this relationship then? If you ain't putting in and I ain't putting in,
We just wasting each other's
we
time.
wasting each other's time. So we might as well, you know what I'm saying, call it quits.
You can be finding Miss Right, or I can be finding Mr. Right.
Right.
However you want to look at it, but we don't need to be wasting each other's time. No
Right.
more.
Let's go our separate ways and see if we can find somebody else, because selfish and spoiled, that's a hell of a combination on any side, whether you're a male or female.
That
If
is
you
a
got
daily
those
mix.
two leading traits, it's gonna be hard for you to find and keep somebody. You selfish, that's hard to. I'm telling you, y'all, being selfish will break up a lot of folks. No, not just couples. It'll break up a lot of things.
Yeah.
Jobs,
Partnerships,
friendships, a party. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Business.
Business.
Being
Yeah.
selfish will break up a lot of stuff. A lot. So you can't have those two traits, y'all. Not leading traits. Like, come on now, come on.
What else about breakups? I know they can be rough.
They can be, but it's a lesson to be learned in every breakup.
Speak
know what
on
I'm
that.
saying?
Speak on that.
So I think the first thing people should do, especially once they realize the breakup is over, you know, like the breakup is real, I mean. It's the real thing, we really breaking up. Give yourself a straightening, as they say. Do a self-check. Take accountability for what you did. Now, and I'm saying this because now that y'all broke up,
Now you can see things so clear.
right, and you see it, he or she won't see you being vulnerable because you want to remain strong throughout the breakup or whatever. But take accountability for yourself. What part did I play in this?
Right.
Because what that does, it helps you heal. You know what I'm saying? It helps. It helps because now you're like, okay, this is what I did wrong. This is the lessons I need to learn. This is what I need to do better. Not what they, and let's say this, it could be the other person's fault. But once again, what did you contribute leading up to that? Because you did something. You can't say it was 100% their fault.
Right.
It's never like that. Or very rarely anyway. Very
It's
rarely.
never like that.
Right. So you did something. So you have to take accountability. So once you do that, then you can
No
start
matter
to
how
heal.
big or how small,
Right.
you did something.
Yes. And it's a lesson to be learned in it. It is a lesson to be learned in it. Whether, like you said, whether big or small. And it's going to be up to you to find it. Now, if you don't give yourself that straightening, if you don't give no self accountability, you're going to miss that lesson. And you can repeat that same mistake
Over
with the next person.
and over.
And the next person. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you ain't learning from your mistake, and now you just keep blowing it every time.
And then on the flip side of that, every relationship ain't meant to last forever. Some people come in your life really for a month, for a week, for a year, for a moment,
Yep.
not for a lifetime.
I
The
had to
person
learn
that'll
that.
be in your life for a lifetime will be in your life for a lifetime. Yeah, like they won't. You can't run them away. You can't scare them off. They're not gonna second chance you to death. They're just gonna be like, you know what? I really like you. You're the person that I feel like I connect with the most. Let's make this work some kind of way, because me going crazy and you going crazy, I can understand your crazy, and you can understand mine.
Right.
And basically, I realize that you're the best fit for me because I know XYZ won't fit my crazy.
Right. That's it. It's like you said, when two people crazies fit, both crazy don't seem that bad. Because it's like you said, that woman can handle the man's crazy because it fit, and he can handle her crazy because it fits to his crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So neither one of them to each other seem that bad. Now maybe outside looking in, it's like, oh, they toxic as fuck.
Yeah,
But to
that's
them, they're like,
reality.
no, we not.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This is how, and I've actually seen relationships like that, y'all, where they talk to each other like drunken sailors, cussing at each other and all that.
All
But
the
let you
time.
cuss at one of them.
Yeah.
Let you do that.
Yeah. It's gonna be a right.
Both
hook
of
on
them gonna come at you.
Yeah.
And we all done seen that. Auntie and uncle been together for 47,000 years. Let you call him a drunk in front of her, or speak out of line against him.
That's
Shit,
it.
man, I'm telling you, y'all know, y'all got them same folks, and you know what I'm saying?
We all got those folks.
Yeah, we ain't one big tribe. So, yeah, man, relationships is a trip though.
They are.
Relationships are a trip. When you, once again, when you start saying break up, or take a break, or separate, or you know what I'm saying, those terms right there, that's when everything starts coming to the table.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Everything comes to the table and everything becomes real.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
And you start like second guessing. Now you're like, okay, wait a minute. Let's slow down. Are we really doing this? Or are we just like both trying to bluff each other? Once you realize, okay, we really doing this.
I guess you could say relationships are like poker games.
Yeah. Oh, that's a great analogy. It's just like a poker game.
Yeah, because
Because
you gotta watch your game face.
mm-hmm,
You both want to bluff each other.
mm-hmm,
The point is to get the best winning hand
mm-hmm.
and come up with the best outcome.
Right. And just like in poker, when you realize you lost, you still try to win. Because you know in poker, you've been bluffing the whole time and your hand is shitty.
And the things you go through are your turn card, river card,
Mm-hmm.
and the flop.
Mm-hmm.
That's the things you're gonna go through in a relationship. The turn card. That's one day when one person wakes up and sees the other person and realizes maybe this ain't where I need to be.
Hmm.
The what was the second one? The turn.
The river.
The river card. It shows you where y'all possibly could go.
Mm-hmm.
And the flop, that's just anybody's hand. It's up for grabs. What you can get or what you won't get out of this relationship.
Unless you're playing against Phil Ivey. And he gonna beat your ass.
Yeah.
Or
yeah.
a few other people, but yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, but
I
yeah.
had that damn downloaded.
Man. Yeah, we ain't gonna get off to that. But yeah, staying where you was at, it's my bad, y'all. It's crazy like that.
It is.
It really is. It really, really is, y'all. And if you don't stay on top of your game, you'll find yourself in a messed up situation.
But without self-care
Mm-hmm.
and self-realization and accountability, you'll miss out on that time when you reach that moment where you say this can last forever.
Mm.
But you got to do the self-checks.
You have
If you
to.
don't, then you'll miss. Like I said, you'll miss out on that part of the relationship.
You have to do them self checks. Hold yourself accountable. Okay. Hold yourself accountable. Give yourself a straightening. If not, I'm telling you, y'all, you're gonna keep thinking that what you're doing is correct. And you ain't never gonna find out that your way, I ain't gonna say it's the wrong way, but it's not necessarily the right way for the situation that you're in, for the relationship. If that's what you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me, y'all. It's hot in here where we at, y'all, so that's why I keep wiping my face, y'all. And I'm eating gummy worms. That's what we do. Anyway, we jumping back into it. When you're in a relationship, y'all, you have to give all of yourself, right? You have to be selfless. You cannot be a selfish person. You have to be selfless. You have to be, because it's no longer about you. Everything that you do is going to be in the benefit, or should be for the benefit of the other person. Because if they love you like that, everything that they do is going to be for your benefit. That's how y'all work with each other. That's how it goes. Of course, it's going to be ups and downs, right? But you can't be threatening to break up. You know what I'm saying? And all that stuff like that. But once you do cross over that hurdle and decide that y'all going to go that route and no longer be together, which it sucks, then you definitely want to go about that the right way. And there's no right way to break up. It's not. It ain't no right way to do it. So you can't say, well, I'm going to plan it like this and do this and do this. No, you can't do that because you're playing with somebody's emotions. But you can try to do it as softly or as gently as possible. I mean, don't be no asshole about it. Don't be a jerk on either side, the male or the female. Don't do it through text message. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't do it like that, or just start ghosting somebody. I mean, have some tact about yourself, have some decorum or whatever. Do it the right way is basically what I'm saying. That's basically what I'm saying, y'all. But nowadays you have a lot of people who are selfish, arrogant, cocky, demeaning, and these be the females. Wow. Us as the males, it's like, what are you supposed to do with that? We can only take so much before we be like, you know what, I don't want to deal with that no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I can go find somebody else. I mean, you don't hear men saying I can do bad by myself. That's not something men say. Men gonna say, well, I can go get somebody else. I'll go find somebody else. You know what I'm saying? It ain't, oh, I can do bad by myself. Men don't think like that. I just go find somebody else. That's how men think. You know what I'm saying? I can't speak for women. I'm pretty sure they already got somebody else on the side. I'm just playing, ladies. Don't beat me up. But being serious, when it comes to these relationships, if you're not selfless, then what are you in it for? And I'm talking about people that's really in it. What are you in it for? You can't be in it, you know what I'm saying, just trying to gain something, monetary gains. Those relationships normally don't work out for either side. If you're a dude thinking that you're going to come up on a woman, eventually some of her friends are going to point that out to her. And if it's not the friends, it's going to be the mama or somebody whose voice she trusts. They're going to point that out to her and be like, hey, girl, he's such and such and such and such. And flip it around, if she's a gold digger, that male is gonna have somebody in his family whose voice he trusts, who's gonna tell him enough times, hey, she's a gold digger, and eventually it's gonna sink in. That's why it's really important to be selfless, not selfish. You can't be selfish. Selfish doesn't work. If you're gonna be selfish, be by yourself. What Kevin Samuel always say, get a dog. Die alone. R.I.P. You know what I'm saying? To the Godfather. Absolutely. I'm gonna always spew his stuff, y'all. It is what it is. And
Yeah.
I didn't agree with everything he said, but I'm still gonna spew his stuff
But
every chance I get.
being alone is not necessarily a bad thing.
Well, if you ask me, it is.
You think so?
Yep. I don't want to be alone. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't ever want to be alone. I don't want to be alone. Now, let me say this. I'm married.
Right.
I like being by myself sometimes, you know what I'm saying, to research the topics we talk about, the podcast, and work on stuff. That's cool. But best believe, after a while, I'm getting up and I'm going to be around my wife.
True.
I don't want to be by myself. You know what I'm saying?
I don't like it either.
I ain't one of them dudes who's like, oh, I don't need women. Bull-ish.
No, I don't.
Bull-ish.
like it myself.
Let me, and I don't know how other people feel, right? But this is me. I go somewhere and I'm gone for a few days. I'm calling my wife every day that I'm gone.
Yeah.
Every day that I'm gone, I'm gonna call her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, she just make my day go better. You know what I'm saying? So why wouldn't I call her? You know, like, I don't do like, nah, I need some time alone. I need to get away. You need to get away from your wife? What? Like, you do know y'all gonna be together forever, right?
So would you say your wife is your best friend?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Hands down.
Okay.
Hands down. We clown and joking about all kind of silly.
Were y'all friends before y'all dated? Or did y'all go straight into the dating phase?
Yeah, we kind of, you know what I'm saying? Well, no. We were co-workers.
Okay.
Yeah, we were co-workers for a few months. Like, you know, I told you the story, but I'll tell it again briefly. My stepmom is the one who hooked us up.
You didn't say step, you just said mom.
Well, you know how that
Okay.
goes. Yeah.
So
she
y'all
the one.
worked, y'all worked at the same place, but y'all didn't know each other?
We knew of each other, worked on different shifts. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? So,
Okay.
my mom was the manager of the restaurant. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
We worked at Crystals.
Gotcha.
And she was the manager at the Crystals. Her and my wife worked on second shift,
Okay.
and I worked on first shift.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
So she come in when you going out.
Right. Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. So, and then sometimes it was the other way around. I worked second shift, and she would work third shift.
Ah.
So, you know what I'm saying? Like, once again, I'm leaving, she coming in, or
Gotcha.
I'm coming in and she leaving.
Okay.
So, like I said, we always seen each other, but for whatever reason, my mom was like, y'all just a good, you know what I'm saying? Y'all a good match.
Okay.
And she would never tell me. She would always tell this to my wife. Like, hey, you and my son, you and my son, you and my son, you know what I'm saying? And y'all, first, let me stop and say this. I got two mamas, y'all, so, you know what I'm saying? R.I.P. though, you know what I'm saying? One, my stepmom passed away, you know what I'm
Sorry.
saying? My biological is here, love her to death. We talk all the time, don't get it twisted.
Gotcha,
You know what I'm
gotcha,
saying?
gotcha.
Love her too. So I was blessed, y'all. I was blessed with two mamas.
Two moms.
Blessed.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
right.
But yeah, she the one who kept telling her, hey, you and my son, you and my son, you and my son.
That's
And she would say this to her. She would never, my mom would never say it to me.
That's interesting.
You know what I'm saying? So then one day she just came to me and she was like, hey, have you met my friend? And I'm like, oh yeah, I know her, but you know, we shook hands. I said, we ain't never formally met like this,
Right,
but
right.
we seen each other.
Okay.
And it kind of just went from there. And my mama would do stuff like any other girl come to the house or call, because back then everybody had a house phone.
Right, right.
He ain't here. You know what I'm saying? Or if they there already, she'll be like, hey, let me come talk to you. And you know, because we in high school, we in college, my freshman year in college.
Okay.
And she'd be like, hey, they got to be gone in an hour. It'd be like 9 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? Like she doing little stuff to make sure, like she guided me to. But come to find out, like I said, it's a fairy tale. She was right. She was so right. And you fight against that. You know what I'm saying? You be like,
Right.
man, my mama don't know. No, they know. She was right. Here it is 20-something years later.
Well,
Yeah, man.
I got a story for that one, man. My mom loved my high school sweetheart to death.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was her would-be daughter-in-law in the perfect world.
Mm-hmm.
I was unmedicated, and I became very violent. My teenage years were very rough. Friend dying on me, life dying. My friend got killed. I was playing my life every other day. I was headed completely down the wrong road for the rest of my life.
Mm-hmm.
And me and her, we used to have fun times together, but when we get into it, it would turn violent.
Mm-hmm.
Not violent to the point where I'd punch her, but violent to the point where, like, one time I threw up in there. We just let her hit the bed. And she's like, did you just throw me? And I'm like, yeah. And she was like, I couldn't hit the floor. I said, no, I threw you so you lay on the bed. Just leave me alone.
Right.
Get away from me. Stop talking to me. Leave me alone. And then it went from that to, who's this bitch calling you? What? I don't even, you answered the phone. How I know? If she call again, I'm going to beat your ass. Who? You know, that combative attitude.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think we got into it one time too many, and our relationship was just running its course. It was on automatic. You know, we do the regular things, hug, kiss, have sex, and then bam, we get into an argument about something.
Mm-hmm.
And so one day, I told her I broke up with her because I heard her on the phone talking to her sisters, and she's like, I wish I could see y'all, I wish I could come back home and be with y'all. And they're like, well, Mom says, as long as you with him, you can't come back. So I broke up with her. So go back home, so you be with your sisters. She went home for a night, then moved out and went and lived with her cousin. So I'm like, I broke up with you for no reason? Okay. And it got worse. But when we finally got it back to a level ground,
Mm-hmm.
she was finna graduate. I already graduated. I was finna go to the Marine Corps. And she wanted to go to the Army. And I said, look, all you gotta do is sit down and talk to the Marine Corps recruiter, and I'll go to the Army with you. And we could be together in the Army. She wouldn't do it. She wouldn't compromise, just that. I didn't say you gotta go to the Marine Corps. I just said just sit down and talk to him. No, I'm good, I'm gonna go to the Army. I went out to the Marine Corps. She wrote me one letter saying, I hope you make it this time, because I won't be here to catch you when you fall down this time. I said, wow.
Wow. Damn. Wow.
She was a Capricorn.
And I gotta amend my story. I said my freshman year. It wasn't my freshman year, y'all. My bad. It's probably my junior year. Close to something like that.
Graduating?
Yeah.
Okay.
Close to that. Yeah.
Okay.
It wasn't my freshman year.
Because your freshman year, you weren't studying a woman in a relationship?
Well, my freshman year, I don't know if I can say that, but I was in the marching band.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
You can say
At
that.
a black school. And I was busy. Well,
He was busy.
okay, so this is second semester. This is second semester. First semester was the marching band.
Okay.
And it was something else. So I was busy during marching season, you know what I'm saying? And the second semester of my freshman year was this, which normally doesn't happen, but sometimes there are exceptions. And our line was the exception line, so hey, it is what it is. But yeah,
Back to breakups.
back to breakups, man.
If
Breakups
you break-
are hard.
If you can't
They're
learn
easy,
something from
though.
a breakup, you probably weren't in a real relationship with that person.
That's a good point. That's a good point. If you just break up and just walk away and ain't learn nothing, y'all wasn't in no relationship. Y'all didn't love each other. Y'all was just screwing each other.
And y'all just gave each other pet names like boyfriend and girlfriend so
Right.
that it felt okay.
Right. Because when you really fall for somebody, and it don't necessarily have to be in love, but when you fall for somebody, and then y'all break up, it hurt.
They do.
So
Because you got to start hanging around a brand new person, or you got to be by yourself for a little while.
Mhm.
And you got to get used to that all over again.
Yep. So it's not the same. So yeah, if you just like they tell you, okay, it's over, you like, all right. Yeah, y'all wasn't in no relationship. Y'all, like you said, y'all just gave each other pet names. That's it. That's
Girl,
it.
that's my man.
Right.
No, it's not. Stop playing.
That's my boo thing.
No,
You don't
stop
care
playing.
nothing about him. You don't care nothing about her.
But that's all we got for breakups. You got anything else to add?
Don't do it if you can. I mean, you know, if y'all can work it out, work it out.
Right.
Because honestly, y'all,
The dating pool
the
sucks
dating
right
pool,
now.
right? It sucks. You can do your research. You can look at the numbers. You know what I'm saying? And which is what I do because I'm married.
And for those people who don't like numbers, yeah, that's a shot. I ain't gonna call your name out, but that's a shot.
we do the research for you. Don't even worry about it. Just listen.
Numbers are accurate sometimes.
Right. That's right.
Numbers are needed at times.
That's right. Because what they say, men lie, women lie.
Numbers don't.
So sometimes you got to get them facts and figures. Also, you got to get them facts and figures to prove people wrong. Sometimes because people tend to hold on to this myth, and I'm gonna say this, that a lot of black men are either gay or in jail. Listen to me, y'all.
I'm not gay or
Listen.
in jail.
Right. Those are stats literally from the 80s. Literally.
So like prisons, I feel more black people than white.
Right.
That's a lie.
Like the other one is welfare was made for black people. Listen,
That's
y'all.
a lie.
That is a lie. A lie. I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna tell y'all this, and go do your research, do your Google.
We got on it by accident, and when we got on it, a lot of families needed it at the time because of the way the economic times were. But it just so happened that
Go ahead.
a different breed of black people came along and started using it incorrectly. Just like the white trash or whatnot was using it incorrectly, and people started feeling bad about welfare. But welfare was always meant for white people to get help to pay their bills and live okay, middle class okay.
And there are more white women on welfare than black people. Ooh, put that in your hat. Ooh, put that in your hat. There's more white women on welfare than black people.
He just dissed you.
Slow that down.
Ooh.
I'm just saying, y'all, if y'all don't believe me, do your Googles, as they say. I'm telling you, you can look it up. First of all, let's say, look at this, and it should be clear off of this. They say it's only 44 million of us, 190 million of them, supposedly, or whatever. So if those numbers are true, which, whatever, right, that's another podcast, but if those numbers right there are true, then that should be an easy statement to believe. 44, 190. Split 190 in half.
You still got more.
What you
than
get,
44.
85, something like that? You know what I'm saying? 95, whatever it might be. Just them alone is twice our numbers as a whole, as a unit. So that's easily believable. And if you don't believe me, research it, and you'll see.
Call your local social worker.
Ooh.
That's what neighborhood you go to the most.
Right.
It ain't ours.
Y'all be thinking that y'all believe everything that you see on TV, right? Well, this ain't TV, this the internet.
Don't believe that.
I'm telling you, y'all, it's the truth. It's the truth, y'all. They want us to feel inferior in every category. So anything that's like free or given out, they want us to be right there. Why you think they said that affected us the worst? I'm just saying, y'all, think about it. Think about it. Then they say that the deaths from hit us the worst. The numbers don't provide that.
No.
You see what I'm saying? But for some reason, we got to be we the worst in every category. Who got hit the worst?
Yeah.
Who got hit? Next is gonna be tornadoes hit us the worst in effect. You see what I'm saying? It's like it don't matter what it is. They want us to be affected the worst by it, so we can have this inferior complex going on in our head. Anyway, y'all.
Hey.
Relationships.
With that being said,
Relationships.
I'm your host. Dysfunctional world.
I'm your boy Said, aka Mr. Let's Talk.
Let's talk.
We talk.
Have a great day.
Peace.
Peace.